Namaste. Welcome, friends. This is your week 4 asana practice. We're going to do a yin yoga practice for the whole body. It's going to be more of a mini practice, still a full practice, just slightly shorter holds. So no props are required for this practice, but you're welcome to grab some just to help you feel a little more comfortable and supported so that your body feels safe to relax open a little more easily. So if you need any props, go ahead and pause the video, grab a hold of them, and we're going to meet in a seat to begin. So when you're ready, finding a steady and easeful seat, closing your eyes down, and just take the first few moments to take a few deep breaths and start to settle your awareness into your body. Arriving fully in your body in this moment. Feel the ground beneath you. Feel the length in the spine. Let your face be relaxed. And relaxing the shoulder blades. Down and away from the ears. Inviting your breath down into your belly. Maybe noticing the sounds around you. Noticing the quality of the air in the room you're in, or if you're outside, maybe you feel a breeze on your skin. And just arriving fully present here now. On an inhale, just reach your arms out to the side and all the way up towards the sky. Reach your crown up towards the sky. On an exhale, let the palms kiss and draw down in front of your heart. Find a little reverent bow here of the head towards the heart. And you might set an intention for your practice, or if it resonates with you, you might affirm the following statement. Maybe even taking your hands over your heart, connecting with your heart here, your precious heart. And just affirming, I stay connected to my heart. I have the capacity to be with and care for anything that arises. I stay connected to my heart. I have the capacity to be with and to care for anything that arises. Maybe sealing your intention by bringing the palms back together in front of the heart. Just take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And then you can go ahead and open your eyes and we'll move into our first shape. So whatever arises here throughout your practice, throughout your experience, can you just allow it to be? Now you might notice a sense of restlessness or boredom. You might notice some pains in your body. maybe racing thoughts, whatever it is that comes up, emotions, even frustration, or maybe whatever it is, whatever comes to you, can you just allow it? Doesn't have to change. You're perfect just as you are in this moment, and just show up for whatever arises. So with that said, let's just move into our first shape. You can extend your feet in front of you. The feet will be a bit wider than the hips. And let's just start by finding a little bit of gentle movement. So taking the hands behind you, inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, let your knees fall over to the right, and let your left arm sweep over to the right and move into a twist. As you inhale, come back through center, and exhale over to the other side. Just a couple of times, inhaling center, exhaling to twist. Moving with your breath. And then we'll come back over to the right, inhaling center, exhaling to drop everything over to the right. This time we're gonna walk out and come on down to our forearms. So move completely into your twist, and from your twist, that's when we walk down. Come onto the forearms. You could use a prop if you need. And then just finding stillness and begin to observe whatever is arising in your awareness. And see if you can just be that loving space that allows whatever you notice to come and go. Taking one nice deep breath in and out. Inhaling, go ahead and come back up to your hands. Come back through center. Exhale over to the other side and into your twist. Same thing, we're just from our twist walking down onto the forearms, relaxing our head down, and observing whatever arises in this spacious, from this spacious, compassionate, curious state. Just a few more breaths here. Take a nice big breath in and a long breath out. on an inhale, we'll come back onto the hands. Come back through center. Let the knees fall back over to the right. You actually, just let the knees fall to the right. And then we're gonna open up the side body next. Again, if this feels a little too deep for you, you can always take a block underneath your forearm. We're gonna sit up nice and tall, reach up and over. I'm just gonna turn toward the camera. We're gonna reach up and over, find length in the side body. Come on down to that right forearm. Again, you could place a block under the forearm if this feels uncomfortable. And see how it feels to rest your left upper arm on the side of your head. You can relax the head, relax the neck. If this feels uncomfortable, you could also try bringing your fingertips to your shoulder. If that still feels like too much, you can also bring your hand to your hip. And we're just witnessing. And we're allowing. If you notice any difficult feelings arising, see if you can just offer your care to that part of yourself. If you're feeling like you're struggling, or maybe it's hard to relax, see if you could just let that part of yourself know that it's okay, and that you're here for that part. You're here for yourself in that way, and it's okay. And we'll take one more breath here. On an inhale, let's reach our left arm up to help us lift out. You might take a moment, and if you feel ready, you can just let your knees fall to the left. Maybe if you feel a lot of sensation in the left side of the body, you can take a moment to just be still and find a neutral spine. And when those stronger sensations have subsided a bit, let's go ahead and move into the same shape on the other side. So inhale, reach up, find length. Exhale, crawling your left fingertips over to the left, coming down onto the forearm. And then see again if you could just see how it feels to relax your arm on the side of your head. Relaxing the head, and if this feels like too much, fingertips to shoulder. If that still feels like too much, hand to hip. Close the eyes down and just observe. What is it you're noticing? Can you offer a neutrality and an equanimity to whatever it is you're experiencing? And can you offer yourself compassion for anything that feels a little more challenging that may be coming up for you? Let's take one more breath here. On an inhale, slowly reach your right arm up high, straighten that left arm, crawl yourself back up. Release that right arm. Maybe find stillness if you feel a lot of sensation. When you feel ready, let's meet on all fours. And we'll just do a few rounds of our cat and cow. Moving with the breath. Then let's come back to our tabletop. Bend your right knee, root down through the hands, grip down through all of your fingerprints, and just give your right hip a little stir. Both directions. And then on an inhale, extend your leg out to the side, toes pointing forward. And from here, we're going to come into a little puppy posture variation with a nice inner thigh stretch. So again, use some props if you need to help yourself feel a little more supported so you can soften open more easily. But you might just begin by walking the palms forward. You could stay here, maybe drop down onto the elbows, maybe drop the forehead down. And breathe down into the belly here. And see if you can just allow yourself to be in this shape with whatever arises without needing to judge it or react. And if there is reaction, can you offer that place of reaction within yourself some compassion? Just being there for that part of yourself, holding that part of yourself with loving care. Taking a last breath here. Hugging navel to spine as you walk your hands back underneath your shoulders and come back to your tabletop. And a cat and cow here. Tabletop, and we'll do the other side, bending our left knee, stirring into the left hip. Reversing the direction of those stirs. Inhaling, extending the leg out to the left side. And placing your foot down. Finding your puppy posture here. And just allowing the experience to be just as it is. Giving yourself that freedom for a moment and giving yourself that compassion and love and care when it feels a little more difficult. Final breath here. Hugging navel to spine, walking the hands beneath the shoulders. Coming back to your tabletop. This time, big toes to touch, knees nice and wide. Extended child's pose. Just a few more breaths while we're here. And take a nice big breath in and a long breath out. Slowly coming back to tabletop. And we'll inhale to extend our right leg back. Exhale to step your foot to the outside of your right hand. Maybe you come onto the forearms. You could add a twist here. You could let your knee come out towards the right if that feels good to you. Just make it your own. Maybe find a little bit of gentle movement. Just notice what you need right now. And see if you can allow yourself to be cared for as you need to be cared for right now. Allowing things to just come and go from your awareness without needing to resist anything, hold on to anything, grasp for anything in particular. Just kind of seeing what comes, respecting whatever it is, caring for it, and letting it pass naturally. Let's take one more breath here. And then slowly come back to your tabletop. Maybe you want a little bit of gentle movement. You can also just come to a seat and find stillness. And then we'll come back to our tabletop. Inhale our left leg back. Exhale to step to the outside of your left hand. And just arriving here, just as you are. And trying to witness your experience from that more spacious perspective, a little bit of a wider perspective. Coming more from the perspective of the space rather than the context. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then slowly come back through your tabletop. Let's shift forward down onto our belly, coming through a Sphinx pose just for a moment. Taking a few breaths here. Maybe letting your gaze turn side to side to give your neck a little love. Okay. And then we're gonna extend our right arm out to the side in line with the shoulder, palm face down. Take a big breath in, and on an exhale, roll onto your right hip. Crawl your right fingertips over to the side and find this nice chest opener. Take a final deep breath in, and on an exhale, just roll back onto the belly. If you need a little moment before switching sides, you could rest your arm down by your side. Maybe bend the knees and windshield wipe the feet side to side. And then when you're ready, just switching sides, left hand in line with the shoulder, palm face down, inhale. Exhale to roll onto your left side body as you crawl those left fingertips away from you. And allowing your experience to just be what it is, without needing to change things. Things will change on their own without us needing to force or necessarily make it happen. Nature changes constantly, is constantly in a state of change. So we don't have to fight the flow so much. If things are feeling difficult or challenging at all, you might reaffirm your intention, or maybe you reaffirm, I stay connected to my heart. I have the capacity to to be with and care for whatever may arise. And just know that to be true within yourself, even if there's a little bit of uncovering that still needs to be done. And let's take one final breath here. And slowly roll back onto your belly. Maybe rest your arm down by your side. Maybe bend the knees and windshield wipe the feet side to side. And then we'll go ahead and press ourselves back up to a tabletop. Inhale to extend the right leg back. Exhale to bring your knee towards the outside of your right wrist. Maybe crawl your right foot forward a bit. Maybe walk your left foot back a bit. If there's a lot of space here and you want a little extra support, you might stick a blanket or a block underneath just to fill the gap. And then let's just find a long spine and come to maybe the forearms. You could use a bolster or a blanket, blocks underneath the forearms as well. You could lie down completely if that feels good. You might even repeat the word allowing. Allowing. And just allowing for any difficulties, allowing for any distractions, just allowing yourself to be, allowing the experiences to come and to go. Let's take one more breath here. And inhale to walk yourself slowly back up. Press yourself back. You might take a child's pose here for a moment, or come to a seat. Eventually coming to your tabletop and inhaling your left leg back, exhaling to bring your knee towards the outside of that left wrist. Again, you might walk your left foot forward or walk your right foot back. Use some support if you need or if you want. Lengthen through the spine. Inhale. Exhale to come into your swan pose or your sleeping pigeon pose. Allowing. Allowing. And taking a final breath here. Slowly pressing yourself all the way up. Again, maybe a child's pose or coming to sit on your heels. When you're ready, we have just one more shape we're going to take before Shavasana. So, this is our half saddle. We'll start with our left leg extended forward. And if it feels comfortable to have the knee in line with the hip, go ahead and do that. And your heels resting by your hip. But if it doesn't feel super comfortable, you could explore just kind of moving your knee out and seeing if that feels a little bit better. You could stay here if you feel plenty of sensation. You can lean back, come onto the forearms, come on down to your back. You could even take a bolster behind the back to add a little bit of a back bend if you have one. And then just arriving here. Becoming still, becoming quiet, and observing from the perspective of the space where everything is happening. And you are that space, you are that capacity for all that is moving through your awareness. Taking a final breath here. Slowly, if you were lying down, pressing yourself back up. Extend your right leg forward. You could take a moment here in stillness, bounce it out if you'd like. When you're ready, bend your left knee. And find your shape on this side. And if anything difficult arises, just offer whatever it is, your loving attention. Let it know that it's okay to be there and that you will care for it. And sometimes that's all we need, is to not judge our experiences so harshly, just to allow for because whatever comes up, it's there to show us something. So just trusting a little bit more, becoming more curious, and offering our compassion, our care. Take one final breath here. Again, pressing yourself back up. If you are lying on your back, extending your leg. And then coming to lie on your back or coming to a meditation seat for just a few moments, a few breaths, and you can always extend your relaxation, pausing this video and relaxing as long as you would like. But coming down to your back if that feels okay. A final moment of surrender. Let's end by bringing one hand to our heart, one hand to our low belly. You might reaffirm your intention if you were working with some kind of affirmation, or let's end by one more time. I stay connected to my heart. I have the capacity to be with whatever arises. I stay connected to my heart. I have the capacity to lovingly be with anything that arises. Bringing the palms together, thumbs up to the third eye. Breathing in and breathing out. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the practice, and I look forward to seeing you for our Yoga Nidra practice on Friday. Much love. Thanks for being here.